We're back with another episode of the Owner's Manual, and thank you guys for tuning in to the last one. It's been a little bit of some time since, because it's just been cold out. And honestly, I don't like the cold, so I don't like moving and operating when I don't have to be. And a little insight into that, I was carrying some equipment inside one day, and it was super cold out, and I slipped, almost broke the Puffco. So I was like, we're just going to see you guys when it's warm out. And today we have a familiar face back on the Owner's Manual. My guy, Austin.
It's good. It's good. What's up, Zay?
How we doing today?
It's great to be back, man. Thank you for the opportunity to return.
Definitely. Yeah, I was, I don't remember. I think I was either just starting or possibly concluding the Rays Lemonade days.
Yep.
But now you got the Endo hat on. Before, it was a different logo. So
yeah,
what's been new with you since the jump?
Joined the Endo vibe in the fall last year. Great team over there. We started, in Adrian, Michigan. Got a couple grows over there. But honestly, it's just a great group of people.
Yeah.
They're striving to really just be a vibe and be community driven. And made some changes. Relocated.
Mm-hmm.
Got picked up.
What did that look like for you? Was it like quick, or was there like time in between? Because I can be out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
as soon as I had mentioned, that I was looking for opportunity and that I was available for work, I had people reaching out and really engaged and just trying to see where my head was at and seeing what I was looking for.
You got a match for me, sir? I know you don't.
I do have a match for you.
I know you don't do the lighter, so I don't want to offend you.
Yeah.
I told you you'll be leading the expedition
Jay.
On this flame journey.
Thank you.
Oh, they said the last time you lit a joint was Nam. Is that true?
Yes. Yes. It was the last time I used the lighter. What we got rolled up there?
Man, I don't know. I think this is just something to smoke. I was it's a sweet salad, something that just got me through, I think it was a 420 grab, which made me very like scared, but also analytical. Like, got my finger, but yeah, do it. What would you grade that light? Like, what would you grade that?
That light?
Yeah.
It's a B.
He's being nice to me. He's being so nice. Oh man, we're gonna realistically say that was probably
you
like
need some support, some assistance.
It sounds like I do. Help me out here. But
I got you, my friend.
Went to a shop on 420. Got a half and 2 gram puck, and then they were like, "Here, you can get this bag, some gummies," and I'm like, "Oh, great! Here's everything that didn't sell up until 420, and now we got to get rid of it."
Uh-oh.
And and this was the first 420 for me where I wasn't like at a dispensary working. I was just working my day job, and over the years, like, what did 420 mean to you starting out compared to what it like the meaning now?
There's always been a hype surrounded around the date.
Yeah.
This year was a little different because 420 was on Monday.
Yeah.
So people felt the need to run deals and run promos all weekend. And then I had even heard that there was people running deals like on the 16th who, maybe couldn't compete with like bigger stores on 420. And we're trying to draw people in before the big day.
Yeah.
But what I've seen is just like with the price compression and the competition, the taxes is, despite how busy some stores might be and how many products they might sell, like, is it really profitable?
Yeah.
Are they really making money? Is it something that, is just for the times? But like you were saying, when you went in and you shopped, you're like, I got all these freebies and different things were just kind of thrown my way, or these things that, weren't moving or were older.
Yeah.
And I guess that's a current issue. Is product isn't moving to as well as it had used to, and I don't know, people aren't buying as much or as frequently. The sales are dropping. There's just a lot of changes going on in the industry that are impacting a lot of different things. And
Yeah.
but the deals are just ridiculous. The pricing, everybody's competing, and I just feel like pricing has already gotten so cheap where those deals, those 420 deals, are kind of always active. They're always out there.
You're a first time customer, you're getting the 420 deal. That's kind of the unspoken theme here. It's like, all right, we're just gonna cut our margins and give you the price, and hopefully our customer service can make you a returning customer. Right. So,
which is hard to do when you're busy, and people are trying to give a good experience, and they've got a bunch of people waiting in line. It's from what I see, people are kind of just turning and burning rather than trying to focus on somebody's needs, for why they might be consuming, and the medicinal benefits, I guess.
Unfortunately, I've seen it on both ends. I've been the irritated customer because the bud tender might not be knowledgeable, or they're just turning and burning and just like, all right, this is a shift. It's 4, I'm out at 5. You're just another, you know what I'm saying? And I've been the customer behind that customer, like, dude, like, they just keep trying jars, like, just buy a fucking jar, like, or just buy something and go with it. It's like, and I know as a salesman, it's not that easy. And then it's like, at that point, me being an unbiased customer, I'm already kind of mad. And then I got to like think like beyond my frame of reference, like, it's deeper than that. We're putting this into our body, so we should be asking questions about, what is this and where it came from? Was it remediated? How old is it? Like, is this one of the things you crack open to share with your people, or is this fresh? Can I get one? Like,
yeah,
these are all important questions, and sometimes like it can get lost. Like I walk in with an agenda and I forget, just in the sense of just waiting. Just so I'm like,
absolutely,
it's tough, and I'm trying to figure out who wins at the end of the day. Like, the wallet might be, but also it's like I have to wait. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wanted it to be quick, and I think that's the problem. It's like aligning the wants with reality, but then again asking like, whose responsibility is that? Is it on the retail or is it on the consumer? What do you think?
I think it's on the retail.
Yeah.
It's your house, your casa, you're the guest, and I'm supposed to show you around, and I'm supposed to make you feel at home and ask the right questions, make you feel welcome.
And as the brand, like, your job is to like equip them, give that retailer the resources to do that. And like, has that changed from your perspective at all?
With things like Sparkplug now, where you can incentivize bud tenders with product incentives, gifts incentives, or cash incentives. I think that's influencing how a bud tender might present things. And, I guess the intention, right? Where it's like, am I just pushing this now because I'm putting dollars in my pocket, or am I pushing this because I actually like this, I believe in it, and know that they have standards, they have quality, they've won awards, or whatever the facts are about like the company, the resourceful information, the education piece, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Things have changed a lot, but at the end of the day, it's on the retail to set the tone and be that store that takes care of their people and cares.
When you used to work in retail, what was like one thing you had to prioritize to make sure that customer at least left feeling good?
Yeah. Recognizing if it's their first time in your shop.
Yeah.
Like that's That's impactful. But also recognizing if they're a returning customer,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're spending their dollars with you. They're back, like
Yeah.
showing gratitude and appreciation and acknowledging them and seeing them and talking to them and speaking to them by their name.
Right.
Like calling them by their first name and just letting them know, like, you remember them, you see them, you acknowledge them. Um, Making sure that they've had like a tour of your store.
Yeah.
That's instrumental, and that's a standard protocol of what I had set amongst all like my retail teams. Was first time customers always got a tour of the shop. And we always would touch on every single category on where you could find things, where they were at in the store. So if there was a time in the future, they knew that we had something.
What's typically like rush hour in a dispensary? And I only ask that because I live in the metro area. Places close around like 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock. But Grams and Hazel Park, I think, stay open till like midnight or something like that. At like 10:30, that bitch looked like a fucking Taco Bell at 2 a.m.
I think it's because they run discounts and like a percentage off at a certain hour. So they have like, and it could. I think Grams might do this where it's like the last couple of hours they run like a certain percentage off.
Yeah. Last call or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. And it's getting those people who just got out of work or they're wrapping up their dinner, they're wrapping up their evening.
Yeah.
And they know that they can go get a deal there. And,
like I'm trying to.
I've seen those happy hour deals and times be like the hottest times. You know what I mean? When they're running a percentage off, or it's like the early bird discount, or when people just get out of work.
Yeah.
Or you'll get like the lunch shift crowd, right?
In this age of price compression, do you think it's easy that retailer, like for a retailer to set itself apart from somebody down the street, or is it like is it a real strategy?
I mean, it is real strategy, and I think it's really difficult for anybody to set themselves apart because people are asking for a lot of the same brands.
Yeah.
And so it's like, are you able to compete if you don't carry the Jeter? Are you able to compete if you don't have 710 or all the brands that are at every store, I guess, So when somebody comes in, it's almost like there's an expectation that this brand should be on your shelves. And when they're not, you feel an obligation to carry that brand. Whether you like the brand, you believe in it, or you're a consumer of it.
Yeah, I can't lie.
I guess what moves or what people are drawn to right now. And there's a lot to assess. You can't just buy and shop how you want. You got to consider all these different kinds of buyers. Then of course like the pricing, right? So then you're carrying the same product. So the only way you're differentiating or trying to be different is you're competing on price.
Yeah.
Where I would always like to take the angle of having products that people didn't carry, right? So you had like the exclusive items, or you had different brands that really the majority weren't carrying.
Yeah, so like, let's say I'm a store, right? I got a store, let's say I got a store in Inkster, right?
Yeah.
I fucking love Endo. I want exclusivity. I don't want anybody around me to have what's on this table. What do I gotta buy for you to make it logical, instead of being like, well, I'm going to all of these stores anyway and selling them, but we gotta hold this off the menu. Like,
I mean, it's gotta make sense. So if it's something where the product is moving, it is performing, and it makes sense to be exclusive. So, if that store is receiving every single drop, if they're getting all the flavors and they're selling through it and they're ready for like the next harvest, I think that's a great relationship and that's a great opportunity to go exclusive. But if the product just sits there and it's not performing well,
Right.
and they're not really speaking to it, or they're not excited about it, or we're the only one in the area that's got endo, they got to get behind it too. You know, it's got to be mutually beneficial. You can't just sign up for, you know, the exclusivity piece without the equal give and take. You got to show love to get love.
Now, yeah, I'm gonna put this out. This was kind of weak. Wouldn't you agree? You brought some things.
I did bring a couple things.
Tell me about.
I've got some flavors that I'm sharing with you over there. I gave you some of our Latuya Bay, which is part of the new drop.
Okay.
Dreamsicle and then the Mistress. But we're gonna light up the Gelato Cake, which was second place hybrid winner of 2024 Hash Bash Cup. And then our Black Cherry Gelato, that first bag in front that's right next to you, that one won second place Indica in the Hash Bash Cup this year. So Endo has won second place and placed in hybrid and Indica categories at Hash Bash Cup 2 of the last 3 years.
It's crazy. And
we're the current record holder for THC with 41% on the Froger, which to me, I just want to say it doesn't make sense that we weren't invited to bring your best baggers at Olympics. Just want to point that out there, because the fact that we're winning competitions in caregiver markets where anybody can enter, I think it's a statement to our quality. And I'm speaking on Endo and the facts of what we've done.
So let me get this right. You placed twice, second place, Indica and Sativa?
Hybrid and Indica.
Hybrid and Indica.
Yep. It was this Gelato Cake Hybrid 2024. Second place winner at Hash Bash Cup. And this year, Black Cherry Gelato, second place winner in the Indica category.
And you didn't get the call for Olympics?
We did not get the call for Olympics or Bring Your Best Bag, which are both common association. So it's kind of like if we were going to make one, we were probably going to make both. But, you know, it wasn't very clear as to why we weren't able to make it. But we have a proven track record of success. So it was just surprising to me that there wasn't, really an opportunity there.
Yeah, I know one's around the corner, but there's not still time for the Olympics. Everything's kind of accounted for with the pack market
allotted and selected the growers for the competition, which is okay. But we'll be a part of Best in Grass, and we're gonna continue to put our name out there and bring the flavors. Really,
yeah.
Now we're just narrowing down the top selection, the best performers, and really what people like.
In all honesty, like in the realm of like metaphorically speaking, like what's a God to a non-believer? So do these placements and rankings, like in the sense of sales, like move conversations, or
they do?
Okay,
they do, because everything out here is just like an acknowledgement, right? It's being relevant. It's like when the team wins the championship, suddenly you've got all these new fans. Some people call them bandwagon, whatever. But all the attention's on who's winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who took home the trophy? Who's the best? How are we crowning the champions? So it's kind of like all eyes on me. And when somebody wins, it's all right. I want to acknowledge that. I want to check that out. I want to see that for myself.
Yeah.
So this industry and building brands and having the awareness where people are driven to purchasing a high-end, expensive product, it comes with being hyped. It comes with the clout, the cool. You got to have the swag.
Yeah.
You got to, you got to be cool. You got to take care of the bud tenders. You got to bless them. So there's a lot of presentation. There's a lot of, I guess, show. There's opportunity for people to be more, like, I guess, real and transparent, but things are driven by those awards. You
Right.
see the boost in really a lot of these people who win these awards, and where it takes their brand.
And that's the thing. I wish it was kind of like sports. Like I wish somebody could get the hardware for something. Like let's just say, I did DJ Olympics last year, and I did see Tip Top Crop and High Tech take home some hardware. Like it would be cool. Like the actual like grower be like, all right, bet I grew this. So then it's like a contract extension, right? Like, or to where that team, I mean, that's what we're talking about, but also in the sense of just like seeing where the value goes, I guess, to the naked eye instead of just like, hey, we did it, but also understanding like it's a sense of awareness, like, hey, you know how many brands there are? Like how many options you have to just get weed, you know what I'm saying? So that I do see the acknowledgement. I'm just wondering,
how do you justify spending more on those products too, right? So
definitely.
If somebody's wanting to spend, 30, 35, $40 plus on an eighth of some flower
Up in that basket size, whether it's price or size or whatever.
If they know that brand or that flavor, that strain, that cultivar won.
I will say, like, for somebody like me, it's going to take a real salesman for to even convince me to get a 1 gram puck. I don't care what it is. I want a 2 gram puck.
Yeah.
I'm used to it in the sense of just this, how I take dabs at this point in time. Like, it could be something lesser than what I'm used to, but in the sense of like, all right, I know a 2 grammer can last me almost, but also in the sense of there's so many people that are doing 2 grams that's still quality. I was living in the exotic matter 2 gram pucks for a little bit. I don't know, it got a little scarce. Tyler, what we doing over there? But and then just cop the Wise Guys for the first time. Just
good.
We're about to try it out.
Yeah.
Saved it for this moment. You want to take a
Ocean Spray?
Take a look. See.
Shout out Wise Guys. Shout out Court, Joey, the whole crew over there at Wise Guys. Those are good guys. Smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say this: I have noticed. First off, you know what? Thank you for giving me that peaches, man. That once, yes. God damn it, that shit was fucking up my sleep schedule.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. I need more of it.
So that was from Caregiver Polish Roots. Yeah, look him up. He used to be with Ice Cream Hash Co.
See, that's kind of what I'm saying. Like there was a time when Ice Cream Hash Co. had some good shit.
Yeah, so when I was at Flower of Life, our Purple Haze won the top shelf showdown when we did a small batch of rosin with Ice Cream Hash Co. It was phenomenal. It did not wash well for shit, but that's usually what you get on some of those flavors that just are smacking.
And that's where I need to take some notes, or I need to be mentored in the sense of how does, like, I feel like Ice Cream Hash Co. specifically, like they've had flour, not that great, it doesn't really wash well, but also when they partner with like other grows, like the rosin is better than the stuff that they would grow themselves. Like they had a super booth where it's like, yo, we went with somebody else, and I'm just like it was a time where I'm like, all right, if it's because they differentiated the color of the caps, like pink meant something and blue meant something. I don't know. So like if it was one color, I'm like, I don't want that. Like that's all I remember. I don't know. It was a while ago, but I'm just like, how can that happen? Like, what's going on there? Like,
right?
I never understood it. But
probably just different washes, I would guess, where they're different wash use. They got more range rather than like 90 U. It's probably, I don't know, 120, 160 or something.
I need to be taught. No, I'm just playing.
It's like the lining of the bags that they wash it.
Yeah.
It's like more material, gets through it or doesn't.
I don't know.
It's all about the purified process.
I remember basically, last time I pulled up on you, you were like, hey, man, this is my last bag. I'm done smoking. you stand on that? Or
Yeah, this is my last joint. So.
Like, oh, speaking of it, I'm done. I'm going to kill this.
That was around the start of the year, New Year's resolutions.
The Rezzies.
I made a few days.
I feel like New Year's resolutions are like rules, and then rules themselves are meant to be broken.
Ooh.
So it's like,
Speeding.
I mean, it's like we might as well not even make them. But also, it's like we want to be like disciplined and be better. Also, this is we're not even halfway fucking through. But I know for just because I'm not even a victim, I'm a survivor. But I know 2026 has been on some of our asses. How are we doing on our New Year's resolutions? It being almost May, like.
Oh man, this year is flying by.
Besides not smoking, you make any others?
You know, I'm just thankful for my family. You know, really, I don't really have any resolutions. I guess there's a lot of things I want to do, but I'm not like rushed, or I'm not feeling like really. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta be in the right state of mind. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I've told myself I'm gonna learn guitar, but it's just like it's a matter of time.
Matter of time.
It's just being in the right headspace and just the right night or evening, and and I'm just driven. I'm just committed, and but I think it's just a matter of prioritizing, our time, and I don't know. It's something that I don't feel like inclined or pushed, and my big thing's been like no pressures, no stressors lately. Where I'm just like I'm trying to just live peacefully, and I'm okay to be private, quiet when I need to be, and I don't have to tell people everything. You know what I mean? Like, It's okay to just be and be with your people. And you don't have to always publicize things.
Definitely that, man. I've been 100% struggling with that sense. The sense of promotion and publicizing things. Like I'm a very like private person, just naturally. Like I'd rather be. My comfort zone is being forgot about. Almost, you know what I'm saying? I'm not out of sight, out of mind. Like that means like my responsibilities are probably out of ease in the sense of external, like nobody's asking of me. You know what I'm saying? So like I found comfort in that. But then like there's like almost a sensory overload when those external, hey, like be here, do this, like, well, I'm just like, all right, man, like, hold on for a minute. Like we gotta recalibrate. But I just try to make sure I pull up and be there for my loved ones, you know what I'm saying? Family. So, and anything outside of that is just extracurricular. But I don't know. I've been kind of like I said, head in the sand, but also just like making sure people only see what I want them to see, not even what they feel like they need to see, because everything don't need to be publicized. But also like I feel like as a DJ, aside from the music, is lifestyle stuff, like I said, which I'm pretty private about anyway. But pivoting, my question is this. How do people respond when you say like endo, potency, and percentages, and they're like, we don't care about that?
Yeah. we're flavor driven, really. Although we've hit high numbers, we had the highest test, 41% on the Frogurt.
Mm-hmm.
THC is nothing but a number. It's nothing but an expression of the plant. Um, Really, what it comes down to is your endocannabinoid system.
Yeah.
That's the key that unlocks your high. Terpenes speak to our endocannabinoid
Mm-hmm.
system. That's how we, react and respond to different sensory things. So, like when we smell, flavors, when we taste things.
Yeah.
And everybody's reactive responds differently to different terpenes. So, what smells good to you, tastes good to you, might be different for me. Um, that's where the endo name actually came from, is the endocannabinoid system. So endo is within us, endo is all of us. And really, it's about producing for the medicinal benefits and growing clean, honest marijuana.
For you, what do you need to see from a brand to co-sign it? Like to be like, I'm gonna back this.
Yeah. Consistency, honesty, integrity. Those are big things, really, just like consistency, right? So you can't like fuck up a lot in this industry, you know. People can have like not the best runs or harvests, but like everything is about managing the expectations and the impressions and really what are people perceiving of your brand and you and how are they identifying with it, right? So it's the brand identity. It's who you are. It's what people feel when they see your brand or when you're present at an event. It's how you hold and you conduct yourself. It's the character piece. It's how you treat people. And the Endo team has been nothing but kind and professional, um, and honest. Just real. And for that, I'm thankful. It's a vibe, and it really is, team driven, and I feel like things are only going to get tighter, and
Yeah.
we're only going to lean on each other more and find solutions to any problems in this industry that we might face.
You've held multiple positions, retail, sales. When you've been in retail, you've done the marketing, had multiple hats, many responsibilities. Like at this point, multiple brands, multiple events. Do you think like there's an actual like known balance in the sense of like let's dish money towards events and kind of like marketing B2B? Because one thing I don't really see too much, like I feel like people have slowed down on the B2C events. Like it's more like people are wanting. Actually, I take that back. Because like the Ball and Blaze was a pretty cool event. I don't know. I guess some lines are like blurred on what's B2C because you don't have to like be in the industry to show up to some of these events. But some brands kind of just focus on sales. Like you don't see them at events, but you see them on sales.
That's so true. And I was just talking about that with my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And we were chatting about how we're like, we see these brands like out here still on the shelves, and they might be selling for like still like an expensive price.
There's Ocean Spray in that too, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some gelato I rolled up at the crib. Not what was in the first one.
But we were chatting about that where you don't see these brands at like events, and you don't see them out or active or really posting on like social media, but like their brand's still selling, they're still like, out there, so you don't see them anymore.
Yeah, what are some brands like you see on shelves, but like you're like you just don't see it out much?
So
Mm.
like Michigander Fire. It's been a
Yeah.
while since I've seen them like really at any events, or like a vendor table booth set up. Like I want to like see their weed and check it out, but like
Yeah.
their bags be like $35,
Mm-hmm.
which is amazing to me because I see they're still getting bought and obviously still moving and being sold, and they have a huge following on like
Mm-hmm.
Instagram. Like I saw one of their followers or something was like over 40,000. I checked like I don't know. This was a few months back, so maybe more now. But I don't know. Like their artwork's always been really sweet on their bags.
Yeah.
I only smoked like a couple joints of their flower, but like that's a recognizable brand. That's
Mm-hmm.
like one that's been around for a bit, but I don't even know if I've seen them like get invited to bring your best bag or the Olympics or something like that. I
Mm-hmm.
just like haven't seen their name, I guess, like
Yeah.
out there, and like not to hate on them. Like I've
Mm-mm.
heard nothing but good things, and they're really well performing brand. Uh,
Literally, have never heard a bad thing about them.
right.
Just always like quality weed. I used to shouts out to Tommy. I Cushman, I think that's his name, but
Tommy.
yeah, took some
Tommy's the
pics.
man.
Oh, one of the homies. I mean,
Tommy's the man. I could smoke.
yeah, he helped me out with my first podcast, actually, like
Yeah.
episode in the sense of when I had the time to set it up, I would ask for the bud. I would give it to him. He would take pictures of it, and we'd show it on the podcast.
Yeah.
But that was when I was living in Lansing. I live over here now. Can't get him the weed as easy, it's a lot of driving. So, but also, from sponsors, hey, the world is my oyster. But that is definitely a brand. I don't know. I want to say like working in alcohol, I've noticed the similarities and uh, differences, but it's kind of crazy because I would be like growing up when they say, "Oh, like what's it like?" or they would ask why I work for the MICIA, and
Yeah.
I would say there's a company that wants to make the cannabis industry like the beer industry, like just cheap and economy. Like we got our hams, and then there's the Miller Lite Bud, and uh, in so many ways, but also not. Like it already has been in the sense of like these brands grasping for brand loyalty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I remember the last time uh, I was on, um, like the last time you were on, that's something like you had touched on. And do you feel like basically the outlook of loyalty just trying to get to the consumer has like evolved or devolved in a sense?
Uh, Really, I think it's the loyalty piece or brand loyalty where somebody's always smoking your stuff. It's super super tough, right? Like about the only few that I see, and it's always the most expensive brands,
Yeah.
like 710 for your booth, and I think that just comes with like great products, top shelf, but it's also like a status thing, right? So
Yeah.
if I can afford it, I got it, kind of thing. Like I can buy the best of the best. I can buy the top shelf. Like I have money or the means.
Yeah.
Um, and that's all one's personal preference, but there are people that are just kind of drawn to the most expensive is the best, the most well known stuff
High
is
THC.
high
Yeah.
THC is the best. And I think the industries adapt, and I
Hmm.
think like as far as brand loyalty, everybody's trying everybody's stuff. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like because everybody wants to see what's smoking, who's got the bag, right? So
Hmm.
I think most companies or brands or growers like and prefer their own smoke, you know what I mean? And rightfully so. It's like I'm proud of my pizza that I make, you know.
Right.
But at the same time, they keep their minds open and they try their homie stuff, you
Hmm.
know, and they can admit when something's blowing and smoking and when it's got the respectable flavors. And that's why you see a lot of these flavors making their rounds, like Lance right now, right?
Making
So
the rounds.
Lance is getting passed around,
Right.
you
Little
know.
thotty body.
So, but she's nice, you know. She smokes and um, award winning there with high tech and um, yeah, it's just people like seeing, I guess, how one puts their touch to it, right?
Right.
Like I
Exactly.
got my own way of making my own root beer,
Right. It's like, here's my Italian Supreme version of, or whatever, my version of deep dish, whatever. You
You
know,
go to
like,
the grocery store, there's 8 different root beers. It's like, wow. You
yeah.
know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's all root beer. So it's kind of like the same thing in the industry.
Yeah. I mean,
But everybody's got their preference, and people can distinguish the differences. And when it comes to this plan, it's about the energy. It's beyond the SOPs. It's not just if you're running Athena. It's literally about the love, the care, and the energy that you put in your garden.
I've been in the cooler, the beer cooler, doing the
Yeah.
order at a liquor store, and somebody will dead ass open the door and look at me through the door and yell at me. So one time they were mad that the store didn't have like 16-ounce Modelo's, like cans. And ironically, the door that she was looking through was she was yelling through, like looking at the 12 ounces. I'm like, honey, just get those. So like, it's just crazy to see like that version of brand loyalty. And then, but also like girls have bad runs. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like, all right, I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm on it. And then I get one bad one. Like, where am I at in the buying process, or like the repetition? You know what I'm saying? Is it my first time just trying you out? And I actually do spend that cheese. And I don't like it. So then I'm like, all right, but now I'm never getting you again. And it's like, that brand's typically known for having good stuff though. Like,
Right.
and that's where getting that hardware should mean something, right? Like, regardless of, I think that's kind of in my mind, because I've gotten a lot of packs from notable brands with good like people, in the garden. I'm like, it's just not good. And
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's just where the consistency piece comes in, and it's a lot about
yeah,
just flavor selection and the pheno hunting, and yeah. But I don't know. I agree. There's
because
certain
if somebody's submitting like like batches or whatever, how do they gauge consistency? Like, if I have to submit some Lance or whatever, what about from a couple months ago or from the last? You know what I'm saying? Like, where does the consistency
yeah.
judgment? I don't know. As a consumer and a fan, those are my questions. I don't have all the answers to anything.
When I've seen it just from personal preference, because I've been the guy who tried things batch to batch, even if it was the same flavor.
Yeah.
I can distinguish those differences by structure, how the flower grows and how it looks, how it yields, the size of like the nugs, the formation.
Yeah.
I can also see where I guess the dominance lies in the lineage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if it's like a cross of, let's say, sherbet cream pie, jet fuel gelato, I can tell when, all right, this round is just leaning a little bit more towards the sherb. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
um, and what's also unique and different too is when you get these test results. So, THC, it's often described as potency, but it's nothing more than an expression of the plant. Um, you know, these numbers when you get them in, it's cool to analyze and look at it because you might have had like a 23, 24 or something that was like 30%. And then you get this next batch that comes back and it's, 17 or 19%. And you're like, oh, whatever. Like, people don't really buy high numbers and whatever, but you smoke it, you smell it, and you're like, whoa,
Hmm.
like you're like, why is this bag louder? Or you notice those subtle differences even in the THC and how it affects the terpene profile of the flower.
Yeah, and I feel like the shit. I'm a pivot, but so potency. How much does the testing facility have to do with it? Because there's a lot, right? There's a lot of
Yeah.
testing. Like it's oversaturated for that side of the industry, right? So like, in the sense of consistency, once you find a facility that you rock with, you don't shop, do you?
No,
You can't.
no.
You just kind of rock with it.
Well, it's like you don't have time to, you know, retest things, right? Or
Yeah.
you want to try somebody new. It's just a lot of it is your expectations of, we're on like timelines, right? So we need to get out this product at this time, or it's supposed to be ready at this time. And, you don't want your product held up in metric over some test results. And
Okay.
I don't know. So,
Because sometimes I think, like I said, I'm a very like sports minded person. So sometimes I'm like, what if like you get hurt, you want to play the next game, but the doctor's like, nah, you can't. But it's like, no, we might have to get a second opinion. Like it might not be
yeah.
that bad or something like that. Or if like the test percentages are lower than what is expected.
That's been a common thing where somebody like might fail for, let's say, aspergillus,
Uh,
and then they might retest with the same company,
yeah.
or a different company, and for some reason it always passes like the second
Hmm.
time. But they, a lot of people do try different companies when something doesn't go right.
Yeah.
So first time I tested with this company, or first couple of times I tested with them, everything was 24 or 25%. And then now everything's coming in at 20%. That person's going to try another lab. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's silly, but like they're going to do that. Or this company keeps failing us for aspergillus. This company never fails us for aspergillus. It's just like little things like that where I guess when you're shopping the labs, people are keeping little tallies, little report cards of like their experiences and
Hmm.
what is upholding business or what is not allowing things to pass and go through or be the best number. Because it's
Yeah.
unfortunate that things are so number driven,
Hmm.
right? The buyers buy like it, the customers buy like it. It's unfortunate that we aren't just describing THC as
Yeah.
potency, but we're describing THC as quality.
Yeah.
That's messed up. You know, I can see where somebody's like, whatever, high THC get you messed up. You hit a distillate pen that's 90%, you hit a rosin one that's 60. The rosin one slaps you. So it does all come down to quality. You got some outdoor flower that's 29 or 30%, it's but you got some stuff indoor that's 17%, some jealousy from like the homies at Fractal, and you're slapping and you're sedated, you're
Yeah.
medicated, so it's hard to put numbers on science. It's hard to put numbers on the plant and say, this is how you're supposed to react and respond. And scientifically, you're supposed to do this based off of these numbers.
Hmm.
I don't think it necessarily works like that because it's not alcohol.
Man, I definitely had a more in depth question, but I'm definitely a little cooked and forgot. But you mentioned, you said the homies at Fractal that got some jealousy that's slapping. What other homies got some shit that you know of that's slapping?
Oh man. Um, so Farmer Max.
Farmer Max.
Farmer Max.
Farmer Max.
Yeah, he's growing for green. What is it? Greenhouse Walled Lake.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So he's partnering with Jerry,
Mm.
but Max came from running Oak Pharma,
Mm-hmm.
and Max has the fucking sticky icky. Dude. He just posted some weed that like posted to his story, and I was like, damn, it just like looked amazing.
Yeah.
And then shout out Steve at Alien Tech.
Man,
Dude,
hey,
shout out Steve at Alien Tech.
I probably have a
I
QP worth of half-ounce jars
I
at the crib.
personally and shout out Peter at Ripe Herb. I personally love the growers that like are socially awkward and know they're socially awkward
Yeah,
and own that shit and are like, I just grow good weed, dude. And I just hate being around people, but I gotta be out here to just show love, you know, and they put their whole heart and soul into everything that they do. But you know, like you just get the vibe like this dude grows good weed and he's meant to just be in the garden. You know, like this
yeah.
guy just he's meant to just be with plants. You know what I mean? And I love that vibe and that energy. And I guess
Hmm.
you see a direct reflection in their product and the quality and the consistency. And those guys are making some positive waves right now. And I think that they're bringing a really good energy. You know what I mean? Where they're kind and they're not acting like they're better than everybody. They're
Hmm.
just proud to be here and be a part of this and be a vibe, you know. And so yeah, shout out those guys. Um, trying to think of anything else that I've had lately. Peninsula Gardens is always good, I guess, and
Hmm.
Local Grove. You know those recognizable brands, but I try to stay open about what I try or what people are talking about.
Yeah.
Um, personally, my top, like one of my top five flavors of all time is lemon alderon from Apothecare, which is the certified kind,
Steve still
organic.
over there?
Steve is still over there.
Shout out Steve.
Shout out Steve.
Shout out Steve.
Steve's upstairs at the headspace
There it
where you can
is.
elevate your headspace.
So they got somebody to replace him in the field.
I believe so.
Nice.
Their lemon alderon, it's sativa dominant, but
Steve, can I get some lemon alderon? Can you help me out with that one?
it's got a Death Star cross, and it's got these like grapefruit citrus notes, and it makes the air smell good. It just, I'm really not even one for like sativas, but like
Hmm.
enough of it is sedating, and I've consistently gone back to that one, and I've never had a bad batch, and it's one of those that too. It doesn't look like the prettiest, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, and that's one thing that I think people are becoming more aware or more knowledgeable of, and
Yeah.
kind of more open to is like some of your best smoking flower is not the prettiest.
Hmm.
So like honey banana that Growing Pains grew and won awards with like Proper Smokes League and the Doinks League and things like that. Like
Yeah.
Honey Banana was like popping off on first smoke of the day and stuff. They won some awards and that Honey Banana, like we can be real, like the structure of it, like looks like different. It's not like what people think of when they see like the typical weed on the shelves, where it's
Hmm.
all like tight or
Yeah.
you know kind of like rock formation, I guess. But no, this one's got like calyx and it's got hairs. It's got like those old school hairs, from like the medical days. But
Tarantula hair.
honey banana, it's like the Turk profile, the nose on it is crazy. I can see why it was an award winner. But yeah, shout out to the ugly looking flower that smokes and burns.
First off, shouts out to all the homies growing, smoking, bit dope.
Shout out to the companies where the owner is the grower. Yeah.
I feel like those people can do a lot, and they do a lot. They can do a lot, and it's a little unnecessary. But yeah, man. Last time you were on, you had definitely blessed me with some flows, and it was good. It was good too, but like, I mean, we all know the story. Like, dog made it on the news just by talking
Yeah.
about you. Like, how has life been after that? Like, but also what happened there?
So just to cut it real, and be honest, there was just a lot that was going on behind the scenes, and things that when you're representing a brand and you're trying to perceive it as high end and top shelf, it's hard to show what's really going on,
Yeah.
And this is something that was very hard for me, and I've never really dealt with anything quite like it, and I didn't know how to handle it. I was supposed to be an owner. I was promised ownership. There was just a lot that was supposed to happen and wasn't happening, and there was a lot of communication that I really tried to have and be direct, and it really wasn't until things had circled back and got to me about things that were being said about me to my direct contacts and relationship on his behalf. And that's something that I took personally. And I was really upset with the things that were said and the accusations that were made and said to my direct relationships and contacts. And I shared this text message. I shared this text message that was between a former employee and him.
Yeah.
And that's something that I didn't want to do. And I actually had sat on for months, but I didn't know what else to do in the moment with how I was being treated and really just kind of shunned out.
Yeah.
Months before I had even released this text message, I had my salary and mileage taken away. And that really put me at a deficit. It made my job hard, and it made it hard to do my job and support my people. And that was something that was just unknown, and I had to deal with myself. I did the best I could, and it's really unfortunate with how things transpired and how they went down. And I don't want to say that I was right or wrong for sharing this text message. I tried to do it in the best way I guess I knew how, by, blurring out his name and not showing his face and letting people make their own, conclusions.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. I didn't post anything. I didn't say, fuck Flos. I didn't say, all I said was Flos fucks when I joined them. But I never said fuck Flos, don't support Flos. I was never trying to tarnish or hate or really see how things were going to transpire when they took off. I just didn't appreciate how I was being treated after vocalizing it several times.
Yeah.
And when my reputation is trying to be tarnished and there's inappropriate things being said about me and things that I was doing or sharing with bud tenders, whatever these accusations were, it really upset me. And if it wasn't for my relationships and contacts and people who have bought from me for years
Yeah.
and seeing how I've conducted myself. It wasn't for them letting me know. Like I wouldn't have known. And I was really confused and caught off guard when I got a call from Ant, organic mechanic. And he dead ass was like, what the fuck's going on? Tell me what's going on. Tell me why you got fired from Flows. And really, I didn't get fired from Flows. I just was removing myself gradually
From a toxic situation.
Trying to figure out really where to go and what to do.
Yeah.
And after everything, unfolded the way it did and how it concluded and came about, I really needed like a solid 6 months to get my head right and feel okay again.
Yeah.
And like I'm in a better place now, and I'm thankful for my family, and I'm thankful for the love and the support of this community. I'm thankful for the people who have continued to allow me to be a part of this. I'm thankful for Endo. I'm thankful for, everyone who has stayed by my side and literally known my character and my integrity and how I've conducted myself as a professional in this industry. And with the heart and soul that I've poured in to this industry and that company, I was really hurt.
Yeah.
I was really hurt, and I do wish him the best. And I have no remorse and no hard feelings, nothing but just we can move forward and we can move on from this and we can both learn from this. And I think the whole industry can learn from this.
See, and I got some learning to do because I'm not even where you at right now. But I think in the sense of, everybody knew who you were in the sense of the real you before that. And then everybody kind of saw who he was in that moment. And because like I said, in the sense of it's crazy in sales because like the rep gets in certain industries, less cannabis, what I've noticed, but if something goes wrong, it's like on like the sales rep, like less the manufacturer or whatever. Like me, I'm like, hey, we got so many issues, either like with the brands sending the shit or the warehouse ourselves in the sense of getting it out. Like, but I gotta take the brunt of that. And basically it's always the relationship that like soils the business, not the actual manufacturer. In this sense, it was actually one of those situations where like the manufacturer fucked up a lot of shit, but also, like I said, people knew, and also like people still bought from you, you know what I'm saying? That's been buying from you. And I think that says a lot too, because it's so easy to buy from somebody else. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So definitely shouts outs to you, and getting a little bit too much grace because, from my opinion, once people show their true selves, that's who they are. And I definitely don't like how I still be on Facebook and I see him kind of standing on his business like he was right in a sense, or I'm just like, nah. But also like I use my voice for my own platforms.
Yes. Yeah. So we all have our truths, and it's.
But also, I mean, our work ethic speaks to ourselves, and people saw that before Endo, before I met you at Flower of Life. You know what I'm saying? Which is what I say one of my favorite just interactions of cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Like just pulling up, DJing for the grand open.
It's amazing.
It was just vibes, met Slim, and then I remember you had that bowl.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah, the
hitting
sound bowl.
The sound bowl, and I thought it was my mic messing up.
Ha 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 ha
And you hit that, and I literally unplugged everything.
ha.
And someone was like, "Hey, no, that's just him." And I'm like, "Oh, I thought the world was ending. I thought, ooh." But it was a fun day. Speaking of the world ending, they said there was an earthquake in Canada today. By like, it said people in like the Monroe.
There's been a lot of like natural disaster stuff going on.
I'm not the most religious, but in Michigan, it's kind of wild. But also like, things happen everywhere. So to say that like our area is untouchable, we just haven't experienced a lot of stuff. But I just want to experience some warm weather. I don't know. What are some things you're looking forward to this summer?
Looking forward to my baby boy coming in July. Roman Todd.
Damn.
Yeah. Be my second son.
Hey now.
My fourth baby.
2 and 2.
Yep.
Team. Gotta get it out.
Yeah, but I'm extremely blessed. I'm extremely thankful. Kids will be out for school for the summer. That extra time is always a blessing with them. Really just looking forward to the simple things in life, man. I'm such an easygoing guy. As long as we got a roof over our head, transportation, bills paid, we got our loved ones. I've always said, if you can't enjoy the life you work so hard for, like, what's the point?
That part. So the baby, are they at terms with they're not about to be the baby anymore? Are they like, do they really realize it?
It's the worry is more on the middle child right now. She wants to stay the middle child.
Why does she want to stay the middle child?
It's just, I don't know. She feels the importance of the middle, So she's like, I'm still the middle child.
I feel like most middle childs feel forgotten.
Not her. She sees it as a positive.
So, so could you shape it as they're sharing the middle responsibilities?
No, we have to tell her that she's the only middle one still. Yeah. But no.
Middle A and there's middle B.
Yeah, right. But yeah, bonfires, man. I love bonfires. I love burning some wood. And I like a nice scotch or whiskey on the rocks around the bonfire.
You still sell Gypsy?
I don't sell the brand or... I guess when I go places, like I will sell people on it, but I'm not like making sales on the spot or dressed up in it. It's just more of like, hey, do you have Gypsy? Hey, have you heard or this or that or and then I'll tell them the story. But yeah, great family, great people. Shout out to Kaznowskis, Adam and Mike. They're amazing human beings. Mm-hmm. Shout out Doc, their dad. Shout out the whole crew there. They're a vibe, and they are Michigan's #1 selling spirit. I was fortunate to be their first intern and employee. That was the whole backstory of where, my love and I guess roots started with like sales and, being customer face to face and I guess being fearless, just going into any door and trying to find the right person to talk to, and, I've never been a pushy person. I've just always tried to lead with like that energy and that vibe. And Gypsy really rooted that in me. It was one thing that we always said was it's the lifestyle behind the brand that we believe would revolutionize the spirit world today. And it's doing great here in Michigan. And I guess that goes for really any brand, right? It's the energy you bring. It's what people feel when they see you and what makes them want you, right? So how does somebody know what they want if they've never seen it before? But like where do we create that need,
Pivoting back to weed, how has sales been with this
Endo
42% tax or whatever
the tax is not okay for anybody, and I think just about everybody saw a hit at the start of the year.
Yeah.
I think things are now starting to stabilize, like 420, and we got caught up with where I think we felt a little congested. You know, nothing was really old, I would say, and what I would consider old is like beyond 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, but we are in good standing. But the tax definitely affected a lot of things. Because let's say you sold pounds at $1,000 or 800, just as an example. So the 24% tax on top of the 800. Now your pounds are over $1,000. So your level of where you're selling is now somewhere else, and those other people are now somewhere else. You know, so people always want to buy cheaper, right? And to me, I don't know if that's like the long road to success, right? Like, do we feel like just loading up on the cheapest stuff is going to be the most profitable, or are we counting on the amount of tickets, right? We're counting on just the moving the amount of weight. But you know, you sell higher ticket items, you know, like
exactly.
you know, you could sell 100 of these and you could make what you're selling 1,000 of these.
Is it you're saying like revenue or volume, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So like what's profitable? What's making the most money?
I feel like 420 is just quantity, right? Like,
yeah.
We just want to see who did the most.
People are just it seems like people are just trading cash on 420 with all the deals and the promos that are being ran.
Yeah.
It's like you're literally selling this at cost, you know, it seems like, you know.
But also it's like what's covering payroll, right? Like
yeah. That's another thing that I've thought about is like, all right, the cost of this, right?
Lights,
but everything else and payroll, like essentially those products and your expenses, like they increase, you know. So yeah. So and that's your limited revenue stream. You got to look at it as these products are paying for these lights and these people to be here, and how am I paying for these products too, plus them? Like So
what is that?
This one's the Latuya Bay.
Is that the award winner? And
These two are.
Those two are. Gotcha. It was the gelato. The black cherry gelato.
Latuya Bay is part of the new drop. These are straight joints, full flour, rolled by the roll pro machine. So they're rolled, never stuffed. They burn excellent. Big Jim is the big 6'7" guy on our team.
Shouts out Big Jim.
Shout out Big Jim. He literally, it's so funny when he smokes these, he keeps count, and he'll be like, he's talking to a customer in front of me. He's like, I've smoked 57 of them, and none of them have. The number keeps going up every time.
The human accumulator. But still to this day, what are some like unknown cool facts about Endo you like for, or you wish more people would know?
More people would know. We're minority owned.
What was that?
We're minority owned.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah. Shouts out to the gang.
Yeah, shout out Don. We're a social equity member. The guys started growing in the caregiver days. Jason's been growing that sticky icky since before 2013. And yeah, they had their caregiver license. They had a couple of houses. Trying to think what else. Random facts about Endo. Oh, Mount Pleasant store coming. I got a grand opening for Ipsy coming up.
So, is Ipsy one of those stores that's open, but they're about to do a grand opening?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Ipsy's open right now, but we've got like
Mount Pleasant's on the way.
Mount Pleasant's on the way. We got a really nice sales floor, like epoxy, crazy. It looks amazing in there. But they're just finishing up some cabinets and the whole layout in there. I think we're expecting that grand opening to be later in May. So stay tuned.
That's dope. You ever see yourself getting back on the retail side of things, or staying strictly sales?
you never know. It's just right time, right? Um, or only a matter of time, you know. But as far as the hours, you know, I'm not open and closing the store. I mean, I guess I could do it sometimes, but it's just I wouldn't. You know, if it's in my area, my jurisdiction. You
Is
know,
that the known? Is that like a known responsibility of the position you want? Like you can have people like that help you out on certain days. Like, hey, like have at least be one or the other. Either I open or I close. Like you got to do
yeah.
both.
Right. I personally like love running retail teams. I love having a team, the camaraderie, like
Yeah.
setting the tone, bringing the energy.
Mm-hmm.
I really like about that, but um, and I'm versatile. I guess I could do like a mix, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
it if you know Endo wanted me to step into that,
Yeah. I mean,
I could, you know,
almost like
service all of our stores and you
Steve
know
at Apothecary, right?
make things consistent.
But as I don't know, I swear to God, I'm sick of being on the road. I swear to God, put me in an office or at the crib. I say that right now, but as it gets warm out, like I want to be like, wow, I'm happy I'm outside. Like at least I can like get some vitamin D. Like I don't know, when I used to like do like the mortgage lending shit, mental was in the trash. I was just like, I need to
Yeah. I mean, it is tough
be
being
moving.
customer facing and doing retail a lot. You know, like talk to people all day. You know, if like you're really busy, sometimes you just get home and you're like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk to anybody. You
Man,
know, like
I mean that's like
sometimes you just like need that
this is pretty
solitude
good.
time. And I think it's important when you're working in a retail setting or you're a bud tender to keep moving, you know, and
Yeah.
change your scenery or keep things engaging. So I always liked doing like a shift change during like mid shift where, you
Mm-hmm.
know, my bud tenders who wanted to stay on the floor all day or whatever, they could, but they had the versatility option of going in the back and like repacking ounces and
Yeah.
doing different things that involved helping like inventory or receiving. I always wanted everybody to learn everything. So yeah, I don't know. It's just about empowering others and teaching people what you can. And there's so much like to learn in this industry, and I just like leading by example. And I always took pride in gaining the conviction that the high THC hunter needed.
Right. You know, definitely appreciate you popping back in.
Yeah,
Any closing remarks, last words, anything you want people to know, where they can find you at next, where they can find Endo at?
yeah. So Endo, Elevated Exotics, King of Buds, Abracadabra, a new shop that just opened up. Dreams Canna out here in Southfield. Um, you can find us at our stores, of course. Adrian, Ipsy, and Houghton Lake.
About Please is coming soon.
We're um, we're also at Emerald Fire, Coleman, West Branch. We're at the Woods, Whitehall, and then we're at Jars.
All the jars are just like,
I believe so.
that's
They're
fine.
moving some of our bulk out to their stores.
That's
And
fine.
then we got Border Buds out in Buffalo. Bloomery just picked up. Quality Roots is in conversations with us right now.
What's dog name? What's his name? Is that the D or something like that? Is it David? Quality Roots? I don't know. I'm sorry. It's been a while. My bad.
And then Endo's going to be at Michigan Matt's event, the Growers Gala. this Saturday. Then I got invited to be a judge for the Billies in Michigan.
When's that?
The Billies is some competition that I've seen them do in New York and internationally. Judged on flower, and
No date
Fat
yet.
Andy rolled like over 20 rolls with like 20 different grows here in Michigan. So I'm intrigued. I'm excited about that.
Just know when I get my brand popping, I'm gonna have 100 exclusive pre-rolls rolled by this guy.
Thank you. I'm not like a promoted roller, but I can roll
With the best of them. Maybe not promoted on anything that's not the owner's manual, but on here.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I can roll pretty good.
What do you credit it to? What's the key?
The precision and like cleanliness, right? So you never want like the filters or the Scooby snacks and like your filter, right? It's gotta look like it's gotta look perfect. Gotta look perfect, and then you gotta have a straight line, you know. You gotta have a straight line. It's gotta be symmetrical as fuck. And then I think it's
focus in geography.
I think it's
not
necessary when you crown it. You know what I mean? When you crown it,
geometry,
and you give that fold, and it's got like the right crease. And then it depends how you like fold the top too. You know, I personally like doing like the twist, and then they call it the circumcision, like the little scissors, you know, and then you push it down, and then it gives it this nice like spinny spiral twist look, and it burns even, you know, it's bigger. Yeah. I don't rush it, you know what I mean? And I personally, it's not like a passion, so I'm not like trying to take it up as like a hobby.
He said, "Don't hire me." He said, "Don't ask me."
when I want to, you know, or it's like, let's roll one. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Do you take on those responsibilities proudly?
Time to showcase my skills, so that way, whoever sees this, whoever gets this passed to them, they're like,
they said you were in Florida like
who rolled this? Who rolled this?
Is that what they were saying in Florida?
Or look at this is one of Austin's rolls. Yeah.
Was he like that? Was it like that in Florida?
Who rolled this? Yeah. My lady's sister's wedding. Made the wedding photos. Big old Canon. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I don't know. I personally do like a lot of business card filters. It sounds silly, but like it's just like what I have, and I know how to fold it.
Don't tell my mom that. She'll say it's bad for your lungs. But no, it's all right. But hey, man, like I said, definitely appreciate you for coming out, and shouts outs to you, Endo, and everybody watching the Owner's Manual.
Shout out Zay. Shout out to Owner's Manual.
Hey.
This guy has literally had Rob Sims and Calvin Johnson on his podcast.
Hey, man.
You know, that's like kind of where it all started, the MICA.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was one of your first episodes.
Man, it's funny.
Shout out Zay, shout out Silk Sway. If you're looking for a DJ, book my guy.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're about to be we're DJing the Meet Connect Puff event.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll be at
on the
Meet Connect
14th.
Puff.
That'll be fun.
Interchange.
Yeah, I think I'm doing the MICA Summer Annual in August, but I'm gonna be out randomly. You might see me. I don't know. I don't like y'all too much. No, I'm just playing. I got a bad back. I need a backiotomy. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely try to pop out. It's a balance though, right? Because I got to edit the podcast, but if I edit the podcast, then I'm not out. So, hey, book me where you want to see me. And then just appreciate y'all for tuning in. Catch us on the next one. Gans, I gotta get you on the
Jay.
podcast. Definitely. The boy, the homie. And until then, we'll see you next time.
Yeah.